Jesus says, I am sending you what my Father has promised, so stay in the city until you receive power from on high. You might think, after all the drama of Holy Week, and with Jesus risen from the dead, that he would then say, there's no time to lose, and off you go. But of course what he does is to tell them to wait. One of the big dangers, I think, that we've inherited in the Christian faith in the last 100 years is a drive towards activism. We don't even notice that we're doing it anymore. But activism has never been part of God's agenda. If we think of the first few moments of time and space, when the Spirit of God is brooding on the surface of the waters. Now, I don't think that the Spirit was brooding there for a 24-hour period. It must have been longer or a different span of time than that. And Jesus himself, from the time when he comes to adulthood at 12, spends 18 years around Nazareth before he takes up his ministry. And so therefore, charging into action, it has never been part of God's agenda. I think this is difficult because in the 20th century we've inherited this idea that we must be doing. We get obsessed with process and method. I've just been reading a new book called Co-Opportunity by a friend of mine, which is looking at how to activate people for the environmentalist agenda. And quite startlingly, he looks at the Alpha Course and looks at how that model could be adapted and borrowed for environmentalists. It's very easy to be technique-driven and to assume that what we have to be is as productive as possible. The encouraging thing I take from these verses is that the mission remains God's mission, and we are accessories after the fact. We are called to be witnesses and not an operations team.